Hello there, my dears. Thank you for coming back for lesson 155. I will step back and let him, capital H, lead the way. There is a way of living in the world that's not here, although it seems to be to others. You do not change appearance, though you smile more frequently. Your forehead is serene, your eyes are quiet, and the ones who walk the world as you do recognize their own. In other words, people on the same path or on the same wavelength or with the same interests recognize one another. Yet, those who have not yet perceived the way of love, will recognize you also and believe that you're like them as you were before. In other words, they will still see your body and they will still see you're going to work and living in your house and so on. They don't yet know what you know. The world is an illusion. Those who choose to come to it are seeking for a place where they can be illusions, where you can be a separate, special ego self and avoid reality. Yet, when they find, that's all of us, or now they're using this plural, when they find their own reality is even here, then they step back and let this reality lead the way. What other choice is really theirs to make? To let illusions walk ahead of truth is madness. That's what we do now, where we promote the ego as the primary identity. But to let that egoic illusion, that sense of separate self, just kind of sink behind into the second place and let the truth stand forth as what it is merely sanity. So this is the simple choice we make today. This mad illusion of the body, world, personality thing will remain a while in evidence for those to look upon who chose to come and have not yet rejoiced to find they were mistaken in their choice. They can remember we were told earlier there's no satisfaction, there's no safety, there's nothing here we want. But we didn't know that when we came. They cannot learn directly from the truth because they have denied that it is so. You can't tell somebody who's hallucinating, none of this is real, you're hallucinating. And so they need a teacher who perceives their madness, but who still can look beyond illusion to the simple truth in them. Something that can look on this and go, this isn't really what's going on. So we need that mediator, the bridge function, and that part resides in us. That part that can be the observer of what's going on. If truth demanded that they give up the world, it would appear to them as if it asked the sacrifice of something real. So many have chosen to renounce the world while still believing in its reality, like people who go off to convents or become religious in some way. And they've suffered from a sense of loss and have not been released accordingly. Others, on the other hand, have chosen nothing but the world. This is the only reality. I'm going to try to make it work. And they have suffered from a sense of loss still deeper, which they did not understand. People cannot understand why something is missing. Now, between these paths, there's another road that leads away from loss of every kind. For sacrifice and deprivation both are quickly left behind, and this is the way appointed for you now. You walk this path as others walk, nor do you seem to be distinct from them, although you are indeed. Thus can you serve them while you serve yourself, and set their footsteps on the way that God has opened up to you and them through you. Kind of you teach what you want to learn. Illusion still appears to cling to you. That means you still seem like an ordinary body person, so that you can reach them. It wouldn't be helpful if you look like a myth or if you look like a ghost or something like that. You need to look like them. Yet, it has stepped back. That's the illusion has stepped back. And it's not illusion that they hear you speak of, nor illusion that you bring their eyes to look on and their minds to grasp. They recognize something is different. Something feels right. There's something substantive. nor can the truth, which walks ahead of you, speak to them through illusions, kind of thinking the world is real. For the road leads past illusion now, while on the way you call to them that they can follow you. It's kind of like A Course in Miracles book has truth that you can feel come up through the words. So it's like we all can feel the truth in one another. So all roads will lead to this one in the end, for sacrifice and deprivation are paths that lead nowhere. They're choices for defeat and aims that are going to remain impossible. So at some point, all of this is going to be hopeless. Now, all of this steps back as truth comes forth in you to lead your brothers from the ways of death and set them on the way to happiness. Their suffering is but illusion, and yet they need a guide to lead them out of it. For they mistake illusion for the truth. We think this world, with its limitations, is real and trustworthy, and that's the problem. So such is salvation's call and nothing more. It asks that you accept the truth, let it go before you, lighting up the path of ransom from illusion. And it's not a ransom with a price. There's no cost, only gain. There is no sacrifice. Illusion just can seem to hold in chains the Holy Son of God, all of us. But it's just but these illusions that we need to be saved from. And as they step back, he finds himself again. So walk safely now, yet carefully, because this path is new to you. And you might find that you're tempted still to walk ahead of truth and let illusions be your guide. In other words, somehow make your ego important again, or follow the ways of the world and its goals. Your holy brothers have been given you to follow in your footsteps as you walk with certainty of purpose to the truth. It goes before you now, that they may see something with which they can identify, something they understand to lead the way. It's never an accident that those who are in your life are in your life. The Course is very clear. Those who are to meet will meet. That's because this is an ideal learning, teaching situation. Yet, at the journey's ending, there will be no gap, no distance between the truth and you. And all illusions walking in the way you traveled will be gone from you as well. In other words, there will be nothing left to keep the truth apart from God's completion. That's what we really are, holy as himself. Step back in faith and let truth lead the way. That's like follow your intuition, follow the loving way. You know not where you go, but one who knows goes with you. So let him lead you with the rest. This really is living a life following your own deepest loving sense of what's right at any given moment, no matter where you are or with whom. When dreams are over, time has closed the door on all things that pass, and miracles are purposeless, the Holy Son of God will make no journeys. There will be no wish to be illusion rather than the truth. And we step forth toward this as we progress along the way the truth points out to us. This is our final journey, which we make for everyone, because we are everyone. We must not lose our way, for as truth goes before us, so it goes before our brothers who will follow us. We walk to God. We walk toward that experience of love. So pause and reflect. Could any way be holier or more deserving of your effort, of your love, and of your full, uncompromising intent? What way could give you more of everything, or offer less than everything and still contempt the Holy Son of God? We walk to God. We walk to this inexpressible experience of love, of joy, of peace, deep, deep, marvelous peace. The truth that walks before us now is one with him and leads us to where he has always been. What path but this would you choose instead? Any other path is going nowhere. Your feet are safely set upon the road that leads the world to God, not just you, but remember, you are actually everything. So don't look to ways that seem to lead you elsewhere. In other words, have worldly goals about how am I going to somehow be special. Dreams are not a worthy guide for you who are God's Son, all of creation. Forget not, He has placed His hand in yours, and He has given you your very particular brothers, trusting that you are worthy of His trust in you. He can't be deceived. His trust has made your pathway certain and your goal secure. You will not fail your brothers nor yourself. And now He asks but that you think of Him a little while each day, that He may speak to you and tell you of His love, reminding you how great His trust, how limitless His love for you. In your name and His own, which are the same, we practice gladly with this thought today, just throughout the day. This is the way we want to live our lives. I will step back. That means the ego sense of I'm a separate person, and let the truth, let Him, let love lead the way, because I would walk along the road to Him. Beautiful lesson. I hope you have a fabulous practice today. Goodbye for now.